Hello, everyone. Good day. I am Edward D. Sinipa, and I am a part of the Group 4. And my task is to report or discuss to you about preparing for an art exhibition. Now, what is this art exhibition? Is this planning for an art exhibition is an easy task or not? And for today's video, I will merge you to the world of art exhibition. Let us dig deeper to the very idea of how we are going to prepare for an art exhibition and what are the things that we need to consider before we are implementing or imposing art exhibition. And as a would-be teacher, this is our task to actually it is our task and honor to actually showcase the output of the students. And here we have so many things that we need to consider. Now, what is this planning for an art exhibition? Now, planning for an art exhibition is not an easy task. It takes careful amount of planning and conceptualization. Now, ideally, art exhibitions are not just for public display of artists' work, but a way to communicate a message to the world. Art exhibitions allow the public to see the students' process and progress, enabling celebration and connection within the community. Now, some exhibitions have set advocacy, like, call for action, fundraising, or to raise awareness. Now, in Nilay Art Exhibition, for example, as one of the world school students, the goal is to showcase students' artistic ability, create awareness about people with special need, and raise funds for the new school building. With careful planning and preparation, the goals were met, and the event was a success. In planning of an art exhibition, create a goal that is reliable, relatable, relevant, and artistic. Now here, a plan that is too ambitious can be too much of a burden for the teacher, and of course the student, that can lead to overwhelm and frustration. There are many things. Now, here are now the things that we need to consider following when planning for an art exhibition. So there are seven things that we need to consider. First of those are is the set purpose, theme, and overall message. Now, what is this? Why we are going to set the purpose or the theme of the overall message of the event. Now, some exhibitions can be spontaneous or a result of already an obvious theme. But in some cases, it has to comply to school requirement or aligned with current events. To the overall theme should also reflect, the students' ideas and values. So it is important to involve students in the planning process. Now here, in imposing, during the activity of the student, you have to, set the specific theme or the overall theme, the overall purpose of the exhibition. Now, because the things that the student will going to prepare or the output that the student will be going to show is actually inclined to the theme that you set. That is why it is very necessary, it is very integral in the part of setting the purpose, theme, and the overall message of a particular event. Now, the second one is determine the budget and date, and well, of course, the venue. Now, why we are going to consider and to know the budget, date, and venue. Now, when planning for an exhibition, the time and the date should be accessible to most students and audience. The opening date is when all artists and audiences gather for the first viewing. It can be during the weekday, or some do it on the weekday or weekend. So some exhibitions are aligned with school events such as Christmas or year-end celebration. This is now what I am this is what I am said lately. It focuses on the theme. That's why it states here that it aligned with the school events such as Christmas or year-end celebrations, like that. Now, the venue can be in school hall or the corridor, walls, community center, or even in the art gallery. As much as possible, it is best to do an art exhibition in a public place like a park, church, mall, or art gallery, so people outside the community can engage as well. You know, make sure that it has simple lighting and space for the people to walk around. Always keep in mind that the budget for the whole event costs may include venue rentals, the panel rental, framing, cocktail food, it is somehow optional, no, title card, the brochure printing, and etc. Now, most galleries requires rent fees, but public places like parks, malls, cafes, and churches can be used for free depending on the agreement with the organizer. Now as you can see, no, this very it was stated very succinct, no, with regards, particularly with the determining, the determining the budget, the date, and the venue. For the venue, no, as you can see, no, there are many people around walking around in the public places. That is, it is much more preferable when the art exhibition is imposed, will be imposed at the public places, like what I have said, no, like the park, the church, a mall, or an art gallery. That's it, no, that's it. That was the, the thing we need to consider, particularly in determining the budget, date, and the venue. And last part of my discussion will be curation. Now, what is this curation? Now, the next part of preparing for an art exhibition is curation. It is, arranging and organizing the artwork based on the overall theme or message that the class came up with. Based on the venue and setup that is available to you, determine the number of works that can be showcased per student. Artworks selected can be the teacher's choice or the student's choice. Artworks can be sorted out and organized to tell a story. They can also be arranged according to subject matter, medium, style, color, or per student. Now, in curation, this is something, the bottom line here is the arranging and the organizing of the artworks. Now, as you can see, the very idea of this curation, the third thing that we need to consider is the arranging and the organizing of the artwork based on the overall theme or message that the class came up with. Now, for example, in particular theme, you have to divide or have a partition to the students with regards to the theme. Maybe it could be a positive outlook of the theme, or it could be a negative outlook of the theme. Now, for the student to determine their artwork or the artwork, you have to distinguish first the artwork that is somehow very negative, and you have to also distinguish the output that is positive. Now, through that, you are going to arrange that things, no? Muna na siyang gitawag na tog arranging and organizing the artworks based on the theme. All right, so I think that's it. And the very important here, the important part here is arranging with according to the subject matter, the medium, the style, the color, or per student. Now, the other parts here will be continue by Miss Salem. So I hope you are going to get in touch to the report of Salim also, in order for you to somehow resume your idea, particularly to my report. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening. This is Edward Sanipa, your reporter. Thank you.